Bob B, Thomas, Kevin F. What's up, Kevin F? Gotta shut these lights off. I'm not using a lot of these rooms. How's y'all's night going? So I wanted to come on here tonight and explain to you guys my game plan for the next 2 weeks at least. Fury for the win, KO in fourth. That's what I'm talking about, Sick Buffalo. I'm here for the Villator. All right, cool. We'll do that, Villator. What's up? What's up? So, Sick Buffalo. Those bets right there from here up are on Tommy Fury. Because he's the underdog and he shouldn't be. He's got way better footwork than Jake Paul. Even though I have to admit I like Jake Paul more than I like Tommy Fury, but when it comes to sports betting, you really can't let your emotions get into it. Otherwise, it's just a recipe to lose your money. What's up? What's up, Dan? Cardozo Media, what's up, baby? So, yeah, to be honest, I'll take you on a tour. I don't know if everybody's ever seen this place. The maid hasn't been here in 2 days, so it's a little messy. I personally have been on a fucking 45-day alcoholic bender. I had Chris Travels here for 2 weeks, and that was insane. Then I had my crazy friend from Austin, Texas here. He got in a fight the first night with the steroid freak from Australia, which didn't end well for him. And, this is the pool, by the way. So, what's up? So, I'm basically... Wait, DraftKings don't have the Jake Paul fight to get. I don't know. I bet on betonline.ag. So, basically, I'm going to quit drinking for 2 weeks because a couple reasons. A, I'm not even day trading anymore. And that was an income at the end of the month, taking the wins and losses into account. I was making about $2,000 a week. And I just threw that away, partying with friends and shit like that. So I need to get back on schedule. Another reason why I'm going to quit drinking is because you get something called wet brain, which means your brain capacity works at about 60%. Last time I traded, I lost $6K because of a mistake I would have never made if I wouldn't have been drinking for 30 days straight. Never, ever would have made it. And so when I go back into day trading, I'm going to start small, work my way back up, and, hopefully get back into the groove. Let's see, what else haven't I shown you guys? This is my bedroom. Like I said, I've been on a 45-day bender, so this place is a mess, but luckily the maid comes tomorrow. What's up, QT? And a little walk-in closet. It's actually really too big for just me. I just like it because it's got a private pool, and you can't have topless women in your hotel pool. They won't let you do it. So that's why I do it. Thanks, Bond B. Yeah, I'm gonna try to quit drinking for 2 weeks. Sometimes it's easier said than done. I went to Betty Davis Clinic 4 times in 2 years. That's how bad it got. I was on Xanax and alcohol. If I told you, my insurance company refused to pay for it, but if I told you how much it cost to go to Betty Davis Clinic Centerville, Minnesota. Betty Ford Clinic. Betty Davis. God bless her soul. I love Betty Davis. And so they straightened me out like 4 times. And I've gone on these benders before, but it was usually a much more destructive. But this time I sort of came out unscathed. Like, I didn't take my wallet with me or my passport anywhere. I left them, put them in the safe. So the worst thing that could happen is I could lose my phone out drunk, right? And yeah, usually that would be the case. But for some reason, I am missing a credit card, so I don't know where that thing went. But I mean, I got all my stuff, access to my money, my keys, my passport, and I'm gonna do 2 weeks sober, get back on track. Betty Ford rehab, bro. Wow. Yeah, it's bad. So, So I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I was thinking about having some kind of thing where I trade live, and then when I make money, I order myself something nice off of Thai Friendly, which is sort of, I don't know, sort of creepy. It's too easy. I mean, you're not even going to the bar to pick the girl up. Drink is the devil. Mike Tyson might have said that, but he smokes a lot of weed. He really does. But yeah, I'm one of those people that I'm either completely sober or I'm just off the rails. So I wish there was a drug that I could just take that just chills me out, like, medicinal marijuana, and I could just chill with that, but that always leads to alcohol. So I'm one of those people. Fly to Laos. What, like a couple of Snickers bars? Yeah. And every morning, you know what? Maybe that's what I should do. It seemed to work for him. Every morning, I'll take you guys to coffee and eat a Snickers bar and discuss life. Or we could trade, talk, order hookers off of Thai Friendly, and gamble. One of those two things is what this channel is going to be about. I haven't decided yet, but either way, it's going to be done soberly. Order something nice on Thai Friendly. Let's order something nice off of Amazon, right? If Amazon delivered here, I would be a much happier person. I used to have 2 or 3 packages a day coming to my house, and I never knew what they were. It would be a surprise, because most of the time I would order the shit drunk, so I'd have no idea what was going to be in these boxes. It was like Christmas every day. It's crazy. Literally, there's 2 to 3 years that I was in Minneapolis. I don't remember. I mean, I remember bits and pieces, but 2 or 3 years, I mean, just for an example, I lived in the Mall of America is the biggest mall in the world, and it's huge. I don't even remember how big it is, but it takes 3 days to do the whole mall, to see the whole mall. And I stayed in their hotel for 5 months straight, just ordering drinks to my fucking bedroom and then wandering around. If I needed something to wear, they had laundry service, but I was too lazy for that. So I would just go buy clothes. And I got quite the wardrobe from being that lady. Joe Rogan up in here. Either that or Steve Wilkos. Trading in Thai Friendly. That's your vote, huh? T-Tel? Is Jake a big favorite? Jake is favored by, he's not a huge favorite. I think he's negative 145, negative 150. But I mean, this is when I really put my money in. When Jake Paul said, Tommy, hey, why don't we just pay for purses? Whoever wins takes both purses. And Tommy's father jumped up out of his chair to take that deal. Tommy ran across the stage to shake his hand. Jake Paul offered that same deal to Tyron Woodley. Got nobody, and Tyron Woodley refused to do it. But there's something going to tell me that this is going to be the end of the Jake Paul run. And I think I don't think Tommy Fury can knock him out because he doesn't even really knock people out. Jake Paul does, but this is what's going to happen. Tommy Fury is going to run around the ring and stay away from Jake Paul and outpoint him is what I think is going to happen. So I win money, of course, if Tommy Fury wins, and I win more money if it goes the distance and Tommy wins. What the fuck? Yeah, Dusty Rhodes. It's nothing to brag about to waste your money like that, though. It really isn't. Like, it's just a waste of fucking money, and you're just delusional out of your mind. A lot of people think, like those lottery winners that go broke. Like, you're like, you won $50 million. How did you go broke? Like, how's that even possible? But they do it. Like, if you go to YouTube, lottery winners that die broke, there's literally 50 to 100 of them. The same thing happens to NFL players. They go bankrupt within 3 years, just making bad business decisions. So, yeah, don't fuck off your money like that. Yeah, exactly. One is a boxer, one is not a boxer. Go to Saigon and knock fat broke out. Who is fat and broke anyway? Yeah, Dan, to be honest with you, I have no idea what time this fight's going to start, but I'm going to stay up until then. It's probably a long time from now. And I'll probably show the last fight. I mean, I'll put you guys in on it. Like, you guys can watch the fight with me. And we're going to go over my bets, and we're going to know whether I won $5,000 or $6,000 or lost $5,000 within, an 8-round fight. A pick of the script of the fight on Twitter. If it goes that way, we know Jake pays his opponents. He's the dude. If Tommy Fury is willing to get bought out for the family name, the way they're saying they're going to disown his son, I mean, it would have to be a pretty big bag. That would have to be a lot of money. Starts in 7 to 8 hours. All right, cool, Cardoso. 5 a.m. in Thailand. That's when the undercard starts or the main card. I might have to fuck around and bet on some of these undercard fights just to keep myself awake and motivated to wait for that main card, which starts who knows when. Oh, main card? All right, cool, Sick Buffalo. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. What I'm more worried about is I've been drinking, like last night I was fucking drunk as hell when I was chatting on Chris Travel's channel because I knew it was like my last day of drinking because I've already drank like 45 days in a row. So something in my innards is not feeling right. Like there's a hurting in there. And I was like, okay, this has got to stop. I knew for a while now that I was going to have to... I knew I was going to have to quit drinking just because I could mentally feel myself diminishing. Like I said, I made a $6,000 error, which basically is only 2% of my account, but still it was such a ridiculous error. I was trying to buy a stock and I shorted it instead. And then I let it run against me because I wasn't paying attention. Like when you're a scalper, like on stocks, you're sort of like an air traffic controller. That's how much fucking attention you have to pay to that. And when your brain is just swamped with alcohol, then you can't give everything your complete attention. Like you just slip up. Troy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, Chris's stream last night was iconic. Man, you know what I like about Chris? He wants this so bad. I mean, he wants it so bad. I haven't seen anybody that I've known personally. I've seen it on YouTube and other like stories of successful people, but I've never seen someone work this hard to make it in the YouTube live business. I think he'll make it too. Thomas, you quit drinking 3.5 years ago. That's awesome, bro. Congratulations. how to make $1 million over here? I couldn't tell you. He got a hold of $80. Dude, it's so funny to watch Chris's roller coaster of a life. Like 2 days ago, he looked like he was talking to us and he looked like he was about to cry. The next day, people are handing him like American money and some guy named Zach handed him $300 in Laos bills, which is like 68 million or whatever the fuck it is over there. And then he was like, off the chain. As far as like the stream was concerned, I wish he would have walked around and talked to more girls, but he was sort of just stuck with that one chick who didn't really seem like she was that interested. Chris's bank card scam. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Hey, D, how's it going? But as far as the stream quality was concerned, yeah, that was one for the ages right there. Yeah, he got friend zoned early. I don't know if it was because he had the dress on or what, but I could tell she liked him because she was making him money. When he was running around, talking to everybody and showing his boobs and all that other stuff, I was like seriously impressed with how, I think he could run a bar. Literally. I would literally buy a bar for us, for him to run if he would wear that dress every day, because I think we could make some money. I'm not going to run it. She was all over him near the end. I noticed that. And part of me I was wondering, did it have anything to do with the fact that I offered $400 if he could close? Because there was a lot of whispering going on, and all of a sudden, she seemed a little bit more interested than she was 5 minutes previously. So, I don't know. I'd go to that bar. Yeah, so would I. And has a reputation to uphold. That's true. As a businesswoman, you can't, like in these Asian countries, just come across as, a mama-san or some shit that he is relying. Damn it, I missed it. Do I think it's cool that he's relying on locals for money? Usually I'd say no, but if you put on a dress and a lipstick and you put that much charisma and work into the relationships, I don't really have a problem with it. She's 28? Yeah. Dude, it's so hard not to be disrespectful. Like, a lot of things that you can do, can be looked at disrespect. Like, I learned a big lesson from the Money Gun. I thought that was going to be a huge hit. That was absolutely not a huge hit. Nobody liked the Money Gun. I think I saw one good comment about the Money Gun. And the thing is, so the people looked joyous, and that was the whole point of the Money Gun. I really wanted to shoot kids because I thought they would go crazy, and there was a lot of good energy and people. But what it looked like, if it just depended on the way you were looking at it. You could see the smiles on their faces while they're jumping around for money, or you could look at it as them fighting each other for money and like they're beneath us or whatever. So it just depends on what mindset you were looking at it with. And then they were like, well, I really wanted to shoot kids. Did I say that? Sounds like something I would say. I just said it. I really wanted to just shoot kids. Someone's going to clip that. Fucking FBI will be here tomorrow. Yeah, that's a rough 28. Hope she's not watching this. Definitely hope she's not watching this. But, yeah, I enjoyed the stream. Who's always trying to grift and scam. To be honest with you, you guys have known Chris longer. He's never grifted or scammed me out of anything. Like, I've paid for a lot of stuff, but it's only because I could, and we were having a good time. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I'm living here in this villa, and everybody thinks, oh, it's great. Beefy's got money. It must be. Sometimes it gets lonely. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, great. I got a great big villa. It's really empty when it's this huge and it's just you. You would have guessed 42? 2 kids minimum? Maybe. I don't know. So I didn't watch the end of the stream. Did he close? Did he close last night? What, Anna? I bet he. Yeah, Chris does get a lot of hate, but you know this. I mean, if you watch other streamers, sometimes people that hate Chris are just trying to crack a joke. You know what I mean? Just like all streamers. Like I'm going to name some streamers you guys have never heard of. But if you go to somebody like, his name is Chicken Andy out of California, every single comment is trying to outdo the one below it with a meaner comment. It's like ridiculous. But he'll do it because he's got the TTS open. So they'll insult him through the TTS. And that's how he makes his money. Just sitting there and listening to people insult him, and he has sex with his sister and whatever they can think of. Sort of funny to watch sometimes. Tequila Joe. Hate makes money. Yeah, I think so. In this case. Yes, some people just busting balls, exactly. But some others just come to be negative, yeah. Like, I like the trolls that are fucking funny. You have to give them credit, you know? Trolling, and it's a really good zinger, is an art form. But someone who just calls someone a piece of shit and just, there's no punchline. I mean, no one's forcing you to watch. You know, what are you even watching for then? This is my elephant. Do you know what I like about this place more than the other place? There's so many religious artifacts in here. No matter how hungover I feel, there's so much positive energy in this place. It hits you like when you wake up, and once you come through that door right there into this room with all these statues of all these gods and angels and mythical creatures and all that, it hits you. You can actually feel the positive energy. It's not like hitting you with a bat. It's just that you instantly feel 5 to 10% better the second you come through those doors. Yeah, exactly. If you hate something so bad, why are you watching? You know? Fucking Chris doing push-ups in a Laos male's bathroom floor. And then he went out and put his hands on Anna. If she sees that, she's going to take a shower for like an hour. Gorgeous place. Thanks, Jane. His hands, yeah. Like I said, he probably solved 3 murders. Solved 3 murders and 2 rapes last night. Just with the DNA. If he would have put little baggies over his hands and walked to the police station and then let them swab his hands, he would have solved 3 murders. But what did he do instead? He rubbed them all over Anna. Stuck his fingers in his mouth. Oh, God. Rob. Damn, Rob. What's up with the fabric ceiling? That's a very good question. I thought it had something to do with culture, but I really haven't seen it anywhere else but in this house. So, I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I sort of like it. It makes it more cozy because what it would do if that wasn't there, it would go straight to the ceiling and it would make this place seem even more empty than it is now. I mean, it already looks big, but if you were to take away this pillow, whatever that is, sheet, then this place would look, it would go way high and it would just be just huge. So it sort of makes it a little more homey, I think. Personal preference, I guess. Club fillings. Club Filler Incorporated. Yes, I have heard of you. I have. I've seen you in the comments, but I can't put a face or a channel to that name. I talk about Thailand, but just never go there. Well, that's an interesting hobby. Maybe it keeps the cool air in here better. Maybe. It's possible. I don't know. I like it. I really do. Beefy, my baked potato is more handsome than you. Dude, I wasn't handsome before, but I was way more handsome than not way. I was more handsome 45 days ago before I started drinking for 45 days straight. I've literally gained, I weighed myself. I've gained 15 pounds in 45 days from drinking. Oh, come on. There we go. So I've gained 15 pounds from drinking. 10 of it went to my face, and I've bloated. I bloated up like this before. So answer me this: is Chris gay? I don't think Chris is gay. Bisexual at most, I think. Thank you for saying that. That's just your liver going out from drinking Kratom. You think Kratom is the reason and not the fucking liter of vodka and the 7 Shanghai beers? Hey Taz, what's up, man? Yeah, so that's gonna be the plan. So the plan is this: I gotta quit drinking. The tough part is coming. So it hasn't been 24 hours since my last drink, right? And so I'm about to go through detox. And detox is not fun to go through. Flash your sausage on the tube. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Luckily, somebody told me about it, and I got it erased by the morning, but it was up there for a long time. It had 600 views by the time I got it erased. My friend was pissed because he said he had been in the cold water and he didn't like how his sausage was portrayed in that video. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Quit drinking in Thailand is possible. No, bro. I'm not going to quit drinking forever. I'm going to quit drinking for 2 weeks. He's a Giza. Keep yourself busy. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Keep myself busy. I wish I liked weed, but all it does is just make me paranoid. It's like it's not a pleasant experience. I wish why can't weed feel like a Percocet or something? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just not gonna do weed. You know what though? I should try edibles. I don't know why the woman won't. I should try edibles. See what because I heard it's a different high. I might try those. All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to quit drinking for 2 weeks. I'm going to get my day trading back on course. Anybody who walks away from a job making $2,000, approximately $2,000 a week, that you can do in your boxer shorts, if you walk away from that job so you can drink, you're a complete idiot. So I'm going to get that back on track. I'm going to get my exercise back on track. I've got a kettlebell, a jump rope, and I'm going to do push-ups. I've seen Andrew Tate does 500 push-ups every single day, right? He looks like he lifts heavy weight. So if 500 push-ups, I'm going to get up to 500 push-ups a day. I'm going to start with 100 and work my way up. And so those are the main things. Yeah, trading, working out. And then maybe Thai friendly. I'll do my push-ups on camera. And then every night, I don't know. What would you guys put one in the chat? I'll hit the like button if you guys don't mind. But hit one in the chat if you think that every winning night that I make money day trading, I should bring over a Thai-friendly chick, and then we look at her and decide what we think? Or is that disrespectful? There's 1-1. Oh, there's a lot of ones. I think the people have spoken. Troy's like, no shit. You know what's crazy is my friend from out of town like introduced me to Thai-friendly, right? So I'd never used it. So I'm going to the bar, right? And I go to, so you got to give them 3,000, plus you got to bar fine them at 700. Plus, just the way I work in a bar is I'm like, you. Like, when the girls see me, they just crowd around. And then I feel bad if I don't point at one of them, because it feels like I'm not, like, why wouldn't I point at her? But I'm pointing at her right there. What's wrong with her? So my bar tab ends up being like 5,000 or 6,000, some crazy shit like that. And these Thai girls, I thought it was a boyfriend site, is what I thought it was. But not like 90% of them are like, I'm not looking for boyfriend. I'm looking for ST, short time. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, you know, at least in the bar, I know how old these girls are, right? I was like, what if one of these Thai-friendly chicks is just an ambitious, young, too young to be doing what she's doing kind of thing? So I think I'm going to have them, I'm going to ID them because I don't trust them. Some of those, the problem with Asian chicks is they look so fucking young. So the one that I was dating was 36 with a 12-year-old son, and she had braces. I thought she was 18. And she's on my TikTok, Daddy Issue Fixer. Hey, Beef, did I ever meet Paul? Good time, not a long. I mean, yeah, that's right. I'm here for a good time for not a long time. There's no way if my channel ever got any type of bigness, would it last long? There's no way. Hey, what's up, Aiden? I never met Paul. It would be an interesting meetup. I'd be interested to see what he has to say, but I couldn't do it sober. It would have to be after 2 weeks because I'm just not going to meet Paul sober. I just couldn't do it. Where's the beef? I like your name. Beefy for president. That is absolutely the last thing that we need for our country. The last thing we need. Shit. Paul's a lunatic. Yeah, Paul's a lunatic. But that's what I like about his channel. Like, I will go into different channels for different reasons. I'll go into Paul's channel if I want to see some crazy, like, dramatic, him screaming into the camera or fighting ladyboys and making out with them. Like, that, if I'm in that kind of mood, that's who I go to. I haven't seen him for a while. And then Chris is just consistent. Like, that boy, when I want to see somebody in a weird, not weird, in a place I've never heard of before, in a small town, I'll watch him because I know he'll bring it. You know what I mean? He's going to be big. He really is going to be big because his work ethic is too strong. And also, he knows how to edit. That's what's holding half of us back. Like, if I knew how to edit, then I could do a live and then I could do an edit and I could grow my channel. But I can't edit. So I'd have to pay someone to edit, which is not a problem. But what do I tell them? Take the best parts of all my live footage and make it into a, I guess it would have to be an editor that like would really know what people wanted to see. He literally says weird himself. Paul's good to watch if you want to see what not to do when you grow up. Who said that? Dusty Rhodes? Yeah, that's true. Did you watch Chris last night? Yeah, I watched Chris for 4 hours. I drank Black Label because I knew it was going to be the last time I drank for a while. I usually drink Red Label because I really can't tell the difference, but last night I spoiled myself and I got hammered. And I I was going to wait to see if Chris was going to close on Anna, but I just couldn't stay up anyway. It was like, I think it was finally like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning here, and I just couldn't do it. Yeah, he was amazing. I saw, yeah, his chat was popping off. It was. And there was some really hilarious comments. I mean, come on, look at what he gave us to work with. He was wearing a red dress with lipstick, and then at one point he had a helmet on. And then she goes, "You did a great job." And he goes, I feel special. And I'm like, you look special with a helmet and a dress and lipstick on. You definitely look like a special dude, a special person who would ride on like a special bus to go to a special school. You can't chat on Chris's channel. Why not? Yeah, he will never close. No, I've seen Chris close before. That lipstick was extra. No subtlety whatsoever. It was killing that first night in the club. Women were all over him. Yes, that's what I was trying to get him to do last night. I knew if he walked around in that dress, right? You know, you got to give the boy credit. He's been putting in time at the gym. He's got traps. That dress made his traps look even bigger than they usually are. And he just wasted his time with Anna all night. I mean, she was a sweet girl, but he could have pulled last night in that dress. Yeah, that club was a sausage fest, but there was girls in it. I would say it was like 5 to 6 to 1. But what I noticed was the guys were just standing around and the girls were the ones talking to each other. It was like, it reminded me of like a church dance in 6th grade where the women are on one side and the men are the other and nobody's talking to each other. We all know that Chris is not shy. He could have walked around in that dress, and there was a teen druggy girl that liked him. Yeah, I think I saw that part. He needed to stay with that Chicago girl. I don't know what Chicago girl that was. Doesn't he have some girl from Vietnam or something like that he's always... Kelly. What happened to Kelly? His super white teeth. I mean, I got super white teeth, but I paid for mine. Do I know what his secret is? No. The lippy and the stash combo was great. They broke up. I don't blame him. I mean, listen, I was thinking about getting a girlfriend. Here was a girl that I really liked here, right? And she was a bar girl. And she was 22, and, you know, people were like, dude, do you know how many bodies, the body count she has on her? And I was like, do you know how many bodies I have? There's no way she's got a higher body count than me. It's not possible. I have at least triple her body count. I don't care how long she's been doing it. She could have only been doing it for the last, I think you have to be 21 to be in the bar, and you can be 18 to be outside. But she kept watching me, and Chris wasn't helping either. So I was trying to put it together with this chick, and then she would watch a Chris video that says, "Beefy Bitcoin pulls 4 girls home from the club," which she didn't appreciate. And then there's the one where I was drunk from the night before. I went to a restaurant to eat breakfast. I pulled over some, like, she looked like she was in her 50s. And then he made another video with me hugging her because I'm delirious and I hadn't slept in like 2 days. Said, "Beefy found his wife." So none of those videos, you can't have a girlfriend and do this. So it's just not possible. Listen, D, I'd love to know my body count also. If someone had some kind of magical powers and that could tell me my exact body count, I would give them $5,000. I'm that interested on what the body count is. What I do know is this, though. I just went to the STD clinic and I have 0 STDs. Thank you, Jesus. I must have been Gandhi in my last life. Thank you very much. I have to 20 work the bars in Thailand. Yeah, okay, you have to be 20, right. 650. No, that seems a little high. I was thinking around, oh, fuck, man. I really don't know. More than 500. I would say more than 500. how many of the ladies from a bar you had? From the bar? Yeah, Kevin, your guess is as good as mine, to be honest with you. You got to understand, like, most of my sex throughout my entire life, I was drunk every single time. So, yeah, it's hard to keep track. I mean, the last time I did, last time I sat down, pen and paper, and tried to write out my body count, and I'd have to do things like, stripper from Orlando, chick from, Burger King, that kind of shit from when I was in my 20s. I did that like in my 20s and it was like 120, something like that. Aging tree, you count the rings around your cock. QT, what's up, man? Were you ever married, Beef? No. To be honest with you, I saw my hero, which was my uncle. He's a self-made man. He came from nothing and never inherited a dime of money in his life, and then became a multi-millionaire through real estate in Dallas, Texas. And I saw a woman kick him out of his mansion, and then she drugged the court case on for years, as long as she could, because he had to pay for both lawyers. And it just drained him and drained him and drained him and drained him. And he was the funniest guy I had ever met, and he had just changed him as a person, completely changed him as a person. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I would marry a girl in a country that the laws weren't so skewed one direction, maybe. I'd have to do a lot of research and hire a lawyer and shit. Yeah, why? Why put yourself through that? Like, why not just be free in Pattaya or Bangkok or Laos or Vietnam or wherever you want to be free at? Anywhere except for the United States. But I will say this. I do resent the fact that I have to give 35 to 40% of my money to a country I don't even live in anymore. They owe me. I feel like one of their hoes. Like every year they're like, you got our money, ho? And I have to sit there and just give it to them because I own properties there and they can just foreclose on them anytime you want. But they fucking literally own me. So fucking crazy. And they keep spending money. They won't stop spending money. We have so many taxpayers and we can't balance a budget. I know 18-year-olds. I've met 18-year-olds who can balance the budget. Why can't we break even one single year? I don't understand it. And then inflation goes up, and you know who they rob with inflation? Our grandparents, people who saved their whole life. If every year it goes up by 6 to 8%, their money that they saved their whole life loses 6 to 8% of its value. So they're just basically stealing. Sell the properties and never go back. Be a digital nomad. It's not the worst idea I ever heard, to be honest with you. Open a bar with Chris. I don't think Chris, he could do it if he wanted to do it. I don't think Chris would settle down and run a bar because I think he's way too focused on this whole Chris Travels thing. Like he's mapped it out in his mind. I've had long conversations with him about that. And he's really mapped out exactly what he's going to do. He knows how to do it. You don't even have to make that much money to stay at hostels and ride buses, shit like that. So yeah, I'd love to. If he would stay in the bar, I would definitely buy it. Bars here are cheap as fuck to buy. $52, that's pretty good for me. He'll have to be, damn it. God damn it. There we go. Yeah, YouTube is Chris's plan, definitely. Many YouTubers move to Dubai so they can avoid taxes. Yeah, true. But I mean, what's the real law though? I mean, to even denounce your citizenship, I think it costs you like 250 grand just for to get out of your contract with the American, if you own anything with America, like they own you. Beefy makes Chris a bar girl. I think that Chris, he'll eventually go to jail for something stupid overnight. He'll never go to jail for any meaningful amount of time. Yeah, I'd love to move to Dubai. Like, I'd have to talk to my accountant, but if the offer was on the table and they said, you can sell everything you own in the United States and move to Dubai and not pay taxes, of course I'd do that. I'd love to do that. But on the other hand, here in Pattaya, I'm a big fish in a little pond. In Dubai, I'm a little fish in a big pond. And when I say little, I mean, there's dudes out there with real fucking fuck you money. So it's got its pros and cons. But not paying taxes sounds great. Taxman no matter where you live. Yeah, exactly. You have to pay taxes no matter where you live. There's no getting rid of your citizen means you give up 1/3 of your total wealth. Yeah, I agree with that's probably what it is. You have to pay to get out. So and I'm not so ready to give up on the United States yet. I'm going to see how the politics, right now the politics is bad. We'll see what happens over the next 4 to 6 years. But yeah, I'm not going to try to buy my way out. I'm just going to pay my taxes. I will say this though. Every year around this time, I got this like angry thing going on in the back of my head, and it's because I know I have to pay taxes. What I can't figure out is when we get paid, so we work all week, we get paid. They take taxes. The state takes their taxes. The Fed takes their taxes. The city takes their taxes, right? When we spend the money, they tax us again. Like, how many times are they going to tax the same money? Barron Trump. I think Barron Trump might be special. Special needs. Get out. Yeah. And then no matter what country I go to, I'm sure Thailand's going to want a cut. Every country wants a cut. So it really doesn't matter where I go. Taxed to death, exactly. Till you die. He's special, all right. It'll take about 75% of the cash by the time you've spent it. Yeah. Isn't that incredible? Like after sales tax and getting taxed by state, city, federal, and then they tax us 75%. So besides the horribleness of what is slavery, there's a version of slavery going on right now, and it's happening current day. If they, at the end of the day, they end up getting 70% of everything that we work for, and then property tax, right? So you never even really own your property. You don't pay your property tax, they just take your property. You're just renting. Like, everything is temporary. I don't know if anybody else has seen that at that Davos meeting, but they had this outline for the Great Reset. And part of it was, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. It was a literal slide. Everyone's seen this fucking slide. So that's what I think the plan is. They're going to keep spending money that we don't have. They're going to devalue our currency so much. And then they're going to break this country until where we're begging them to give us that the monthly stipend or whatever. And once we get put on cryptocurrency by the country, then they'll be able to track every single thing we do with our money. That's when they really have us. That's what a lot of people don't understand. As soon as they introduce that cryptocurrency to where they can see Thomas, I'm not going to answer that question, but I think you know the answer. When they can see every single dollar you spend and where you spend it, and they can track everything, that's end game. We're done. What I'm hoping is Bitcoin's going to be the end around to where we can still do things with Bitcoin. No, D, I mean, if they introduce cryptocurrency, they're going to try to take away the cash. They're gonna say it's, a waste of money, bad for the environment, we're chopping down trees. Who knows what excuse they'll use to get rid of cash, but they'll make it to where, I mean, if you want to buy drugs, you're going to have like little pellets of gold or some shit. I have no idea what you're going to do. Troy. Monero, right. Monero is untraceable. Yep. I don't know why more people don't use Monero. Whenever I hear about some heist and people getting paid, they always take Bitcoin instead of Monero. Why would you do that when Bitcoin's traceable? Buying drugs is the only time I use cash now. I love gold. Wish the price would go up though. Yeah, me too, Dan. I have no idea why gold is not going up. I mean, if inflation's going up and we keep spending money, like our government is like an out of control wife with a credit card. And no matter what you tell her the budget is, she can't stop herself from keep spending unnecessary money. Like there's no telling her no. And that's what the government is like. And there's nothing we can do about it. Paying ladies in $50 gift cards. Yeah, I hope so. I hope Bitcoin is the new digital gold. I really do. Please be that. I was thinking about it. Like, I could literally, if I lost everything, I think anybody could live the way Cheap Charlie's living. If you have any kind of like income, even like a retirement check of $900,000 a month, you could live like Cheap Charlie in Thailand. Especially if you leave Pattaya or go to Laos or someplace. Australian dollar went down 1.2%. Damn. BRIC is Bitcoin friendly. There's still hope even if the U.S. kills it. Yeah, the BRIC movement. That's going to be interesting what happens to the American dollar when there's a second currency that people can use for buying oil. It's going to be really interesting. I think, so all great empires have ended. All of them. Every single great, like Portugal was an empire once. The Mongols were a huge empire once. Rome wasn't built in a day. And Rome wasn't built in a day, and Rome also didn't fall in a day. While we're fighting about gender-neutral bathrooms and fucking everything else we fight about in the U.S., the Chinese are building shit. High-speed rail trains, fucking whole cities. Like, they're actually doing something with their money. And what are we doing? We're trying to fund World War III right now for whatever fucking reason. This Ukraine war will end. I think Russia will eventually win, but might take a year. Yeah, I don't think, this is what I really think. I think Russia's going to win. The U.S. doesn't really care. What they're doing is they're sending billions of dollars worth of weapons, and the weapons companies are making billions and billions and billions, and finally we'll just give up. But not after we've made, BlackRock and all these other companies involved with defense stocks and all that stuff, before we make them really, really rich. That's why I speak Mandarin, to welcome my future owners. Okay, Troy. Anybody got a countdown? How much longer till this fight? I mean, I know it's hours away. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to try to do. She's buying wooden stocks? Wooden? Troy just wrote in Chinese. Mandarin. 6 hours. That's not too bad. Brackmaster. What's up? How much we got riding on Fury? We got 5,000 riding on Fury. Yeah, Greg, I've got 5K on Fury. But the thing about this is, for once, I'm betting on, I mean, I bet on the underdogs sometimes, but not usually. But last time, I don't know if you guys were around, but I won, I think, 3,500 the last time I bet on UFC. And then this one, I bet 5,000 on Tommy Fury, but because of the odds, if I win 6,370, I think. No, I missed UFC last night. Was it any good? I hate it. I hate the fact that I missed it. And you know what? When I was up and I was so tired, I just wanted to see whether Chris was going to close or not. And I would have gave him his $400 if he would have closed. But I saw a news flash on my computer. It said UFC starts in 49 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. And I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to stay up and watch the whole thing. So I put in a $300 parlay that would have won me $1,200, and it didn't hit. John Jones fight. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. I still don't know how I feel about that. I wonder if John Jones has any picograms in him right now. That would help me make my decision. In a year you make money with it, Beefy? Yeah. My problem is I give it all back in football. So I'll make it in the UFC, but then I'll give it all back in football. So at the end of the year, as far as betting is concerned, I break even. Pretty much break even. John Jones is alive. Yes, he is. John Jones has a great line about Coke. Daniel Cormier says, you look at you. You look like a fucking cokehead. And John Jones looks at him and goes, I beat you after a weekend of doing coke. The whole crowd went crazy. Everybody on the stage was laughing their ass off because they knew it was true. John Jones beat his ass after a weekend of coke. He's not a boxer if your name will be tarnished. Yeah, exactly. Fury. 5,000 on Fury, burner. Thomas, you saw that interview, right? Fucking hilarious. I'm starving to death. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some food, and then I'm going to turn this thing back on in a few hours when this fight starts. So at least you are enjoying. That's also important. Yeah, that's true. It's going to be a good fight. I'm just focused on Beefy from analytical perspective. How high you think BTC will go by 2025? To be honest with you, somewhere between 200 and 300,000. All right, Dan. Hey, Dan, I showed them your picture at Runway, and they're like, yeah, Dan is gone. I was like, damn, that sucks. I tried to get a hold of you. I was like, are you there? Beefy's like a wealthy and less awkward version of Cheap Charlie. I guess I could take that as a compliment. All right, bro. See you guys soon. I'll see you guys soon. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.